Speaker, and I thank the Leader of the Opposition for his question. We are changing the tax system to give young people a fair crack at their first home. That is what we are doing. That is what we are doing.
Order. Order.
And
Order.
indeed,
The member for Forest. Order. Members on my left will cease interjecting. Prime Minister. Order. There is far too much noise. We are not. Order. We are not. If the member for Herbert has a prop, he'll not use that. Great. Just putting him on notice as well, so everyone's crystal clear. No props today as well. If any props are used, you won't be here for the remainder of question time. When the House comes to order, we'll hear from the Prime Minister.
thanks very much, Mr. Speaker. This is a change in our policy, and I'm upfront about that. But unless we act now, we're looking at a generation missing out. And indeed, someone who was appointed by the Leader of the Opposition
Order. The member for
had this
Fisher.
to say when reflecting about how their political party was going. I quote, "We were timid. We weren't prepared to lean into the challenges and the lived experience of the next generation of Australians. I'm quite happy to put things up that will robustly challenge the status quo if it means we're going to build a better future."
Oh no, the member for Herbert will leave the chamber. He's holding up a prop. I've asked him not to do that. He'll leave. We're not having props today. I can be crystal clear on this. Nice try, but we're not having them today or any other day, okay?
I can see you there anyway, Phil.
It's far too much noise. The House is going to come to order and the Prime Minister is going to be heard in silence.
That was the Shadow Treasurer talking in February. Words of wisdom and reflection from the Shadow Treasurer. Words of wisdom and reflection, Mr. Speaker. When reflecting on how well they were going in replacing the former member for Farrer as leader by this bloke here.
Has the Prime Minister concluded his answer? The Leader of the Opposition on point of order.
Relevance, Mr. Speaker. The question was about Labor's lies.
Order. Order. Well, if you're going to ask a question like that, you're going to get quite the answer. Order. There's just far too much noise. I know everyone seems exercised today, but we are going to show restraint and respect. We just cannot have this continue. I ask the Prime Minister to be directly relevant to the question.
Thanks, Mr. Speaker. Well, when I talk to young Australians who are this close to giving up any opportunity to aspire to own their own home, when I speak to their parents and grandparents who say that they are worried that their children and grandchildren will never be able to own their own home, what we are not prepared to do is just sit back and kick the can further down the road. What we are doing is acting in support of aspiration, acting in support of growing the economy, acting in support of housing supply, because the difference between investing in an existing home with negative gearing is it benefits the investor, but if you invest in a new home, it benefits the investor and it benefits the nation.
Far too much noise from the member for Barker, the member for Casey and the member for Goldstein.